Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Got an easy one for you today. I know this video's probably been done to death, but I'm gonna do it again. Never know, somebody might find my video pretty damn useful. So this is a 2004 Honda Rancher 350 four-wheel drive. This is my wife's four-wheeler. We ride it every once in a while. Well, they ride it around the house, but we go to the mud park. We're normally in my buggy. My buggy's broke down right now, so the last time we used this, and come to find out it needs a starter. So we charged the battery on it, and it's kind of dragging a little bit, and I tapped the starter, it started working, and it stopped working again. So we figured we'd go ahead and buy a new starter for it. It's 26 to 30 bucks. It's not a lot. We got a lot of work to do this thing, front brakes and stuff. We're going to do the disc brake conversion. I'm going to make a video on that when we get it. And we did a carburetor. I didn't make a video on it, but it's pretty simple. I can explain that real quick as well. So we're going to do the starter real quick. And I basically got it pretty close to being out, but I'll go over it and show y'all how to get it out and everything, and we'll see what we can do. All right. This is, excuse me, I already got the box out. Yeah, the bike snorkeled. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and get all that done, because there's a little extra work involved in getting that snorkel out to get the breather box out. So you loosen up the clamp that goes around the carburetor, pull your box back, get your box off. There's a hose that comes down here on the motor. You loosen that up and get it out, and then you can go from there. After you get the box out, you loosen up your other clamp right here that's on the motor. Pull your carburetor loose. You don't have to take everything apart, but you don't have to take the carburetor apart to get it out. Just move it off to the side. You can see the starter, pretty simple to get to. There's 2 bolts on the starter plus the wiring. Okay, set that to the side. This is your positive. The starter grounds itself to the motor, and your positive wire only gets power to it when you hit the button. So you don't have to worry about that arcing off or anything like that. See, you can touch it to it directly. It doesn't matter. You got 2 bolts on it, 2 10 millimeters. There's one here, and there's one below it here. Okay, what you do after you get them unbolted, you wiggle that dude and get it loose. Got it somewhat loose. Now, you're going to want to take a pry bar. Now, I'm an iron worker in the plants, so I got my old sleever bar here. Make it a little easier on myself. It's probably going to be more difficult recording and doing this at the same time. You're going to have to pry. There's a spot right in between. Focus. It's that bolt on the motor and the starter. You got to pry a little bit right there. Boom, it's out. That simple. I mean, it doesn't take much. The only thing that holds it in there is that rubber ring. That's the only thing you're trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? This starter, I don't think has ever been replaced. It might be. I replaced one. I had 2 of these bikes, and I replaced one. That don't look like original, but I hope that's not the brand new one that I bought a while back. Anyway, you can size them up. This is the one that I bought off of Amazon. I'm just turning it right now. There's a lot more resistance in the new one. So this is the one that I bought, the C-Link motorcycle parts. It's fairly simple. Let's see. There's no model number, no part number. Oh, there we go. That's it right there. New starter for Honda. X002331I3NL. That's the one I bought. It's pretty simple. All you got to do now, we got this thing torn apart. There was, for some reason, we put a new carburetor on it. The bottom of the carburetor was leaking. We put a new carb on it. It was leaking gas on top of the starter, and we couldn't figure it out. There's a little bit of trash in here. The petcock wasn't working. It wasn't turning off when we wanted it to. So I ordered a new petcock. We're waiting on that to come in. We're going to put that back together. And then this bike will be put together and be able to ride. Now, make sure, I don't see no dirt. Make sure you're not getting any dirt inside there. It's not going to kill it if you get a little bit, but you don't want to get a lot. And normally, matter of fact, we're going to do this right here. So, normally I have a little, dielectric grease that I would put on the end of this rubber right here. Put a little bit of dielectric grease on there. That way it'll kind of slide in. Ooh, I'm not even recording. I'm off to the side. I'm just working. I'd put a little bit of dielectric grease on there to kind of get it to slide in pretty easy, and that helps keep any kind of water or anything out. But my dielectric grease is in my side-by-side at my boy's house. I broke the drive chain in it going through this big mud hole, so he's fixing it for me. I don't do the whole transmission thing. He's a beast at it, though. Oh. All right, so before we put this in, I've got to set this damn camera down. Let's see if I can do it like this. Almost. There we go. You can kind of see me. All right, so before we put this thing in, I'm just going to grab this 10mm wrench, and I'm going to kind of twist that just a little bit. Make sure it's snug, okay? I want to make sure that's snug. And then when you go to tighten this, you need to put this wrench on there to hold it. Because you don't want that. You don't want to tighten this thing and twist that a lot. If you twist it a lot, you're going to need another starter. So, we got our wrench. It's tight enough. I'm going to put that, I can set it to the side. I just didn't want to drop it. Put the wrench in my back pocket so I'll have it with me. Man, I wonder if I can set y'all up right here. Oh, yeah, boy. Turn this little cart. Boom. Man, that works, bro. Now y'all get to see my fat ass over here doing this. So, all we're doing really, we're repeating the steps. We put a little bit of lube on there. You take that starter, and when you start to put it in there, you got to line them gears up so it'll go in. Super simple. Boom, it's already in. You stab it in a little bit, and then you kind of turn the starter around a little bit and push on it at the same time. Dude, it'll slide right in. That's money, dude. So, now, we're going to take our power wire. Keep it on the bottom of all that. Breakle. Alright. Now I'm putting the power wire on. I've got my handy dandy wrench in my back pocket. My butthole about swallowed it up. And wouldn't you know it, that wrench is almost too thick. That's why that one side, that's why you see that one side of that wrench grinded down. You always got to have a thin wrench. Now you're going to tighten it as tight as you can get it without breaking anything. Okay. New starter's on. Now let me get the bolt that I left. That would have sucked. I put the bolt right here. There's two bolts, but apparently somebody needed, last time this thing was at the shop, somebody needed that other bolt more than I did, apparently, because it's missing one. So we're gonna one bolt it for now. I don't know what all that oil's from. We're gonna 1-bolt it for now until I order another one. Or I found a couple people that's got a parts bike. I might use a parts bike. Okay. Alright, see if it works. Oh shit. I just blew the fuse. Because the carburetor was, dang man, the carburetor was touching it and the damn thing arced off right when I went to do it. So anyway, I'm gonna fix that fuse. I have to go find one. I don't know where one's at, but I told y'all I'd show y'all a video real quick on that carburetor. So this is the choke on the carburetor. Most people don't want to do these because they're kind of a pain in the butt. Once you unscrew this, you can pull this back. There's a wire in there that you just pull back. You pull the whole little, you can pull the whole, it's a piece that goes up and down. A little, damn, what's it called? Like a little, it's not a jet because it's the needle valve or whatever that goes down inside there. That whole thing slides out after you unscrew this. And then you just take that gold piece, which is the needle, and you take it off the wire, you put the new one on, all that. So on this side, you take off this one screw, this plastic piece, plastic piece comes up, and it undoes, it slides out from that little sleeve right there. Inside is your cable. And you see the slit. So your cable will undo, the little ball at the end of the cable will come out, and you pull it out of that slit right there. Dude, you're done. Take the carburetor off. Super simple. Now, this sensor at the bottom, in order to get that out, you have to take this bottom bulb off. You take the bottom bulb off. There's 4 screws, 4 Phillips screws. Take that off, then you can get your wrench on there to get that out. If you don't have, unless you got something else special to get that off, I don't have anything. You have to use a wrench, and you have to take the bulb off first. So that's what we did. It was leaking gas out of here. We loosened this screw and then tightened it down pretty damn tight. And that fixed that. So pretty simple. Like I said, starter's back on there. Now we'll just replace the fuse and go from there. If y'all got any questions, comments, anything like that, don't be afraid to hit me up. I'll answer all I can. This is no special bike. Got it from one of my good friends, Richard Mayhew, and he passed away. And I told myself that I would never get rid of it. So now it's just trying to keep it on the trails, man. It's a Honda. It'll run forever, but everything else falls apart. So stick with us. We're going to do plenty of videos on this thing, trying to get it right. Like I said, I'll do the disc brake conversion, and I'll do videos on that. Hopefully I can find some plastics for the back here and straighten up that rack. I rolled it not too long ago. So anyway, let me know, man. I appreciate y'all watching.